Well, the black bears in the Mammoth Lakes area have become very active over the past few weeks, and the drought conditions mean there will be more high activity for the next 3 months. This according to a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Police Department. Now, recent sightings have been observed throughout the town, and a second-year cub has been very active in the Old Mammoth area. Unfortunately, some residents have been encouraging bad bear behavior, such as not properly securing their vehicles or residences. Some have also been reluctant to report problems with the bears to the Mammoth Lakes Police Department or its wildlife specialist, Steve Searles. Now, Mammoth Lakes has had a very successful bear management program that includes public education and aversive conditioning for bears. Now, the press release notes it's especially important for young bears, such as the one causing havoc in Old Mammoth, to be taught that certain behavior, such as entering cars or buildings for food, is unacceptable. Now, Steve Searles, the wildlife specialist, spends many hours during the day providing public education and interacting with the bears, and he and the officers of the Mammoth Lakes Police Department need to be informed when a bear is misbehaving. Now, another big problem is created by unsecured dumpsters. Now, it is vitally important for businesses, residents, and visitors to always properly secure dumpsters. All food, ice chests, and sweet-smelling products like shampoo should never be left outdoors or in a car overnight. Bears, according to the press release, highly intelligent animals, and when they see an ice chest, they know it may contain food. So if a bear sees an ice chest in the back of a truck or a car, they will figure out a way to get into that ice chest, and it's usually an expensive repair. Now, the press release notes that the best way of preventing bears from becoming dependent on humans for food is to follow some common sense rules. Never leave food out for bears or other wild animals. Securely store food and fragrant items such as shampoo and deodorant in an airtight container, and when camping, use a bear-proof box. Don't leave food, even in a cooler, in a car, tent, or other unsecure location. And don't leave pet food outdoors or use a bird feeder. The bears love the bird seed. Put away picnic leftovers and keep barbecue grills clean. Always deposit trash in a bear-proof trash can or dumpster. Keep your car locked and your garage door closed and locked. Never leave food on or near a windowsill or on a counter near an open window, and close and lock ground floor windows when no one is home, as well as at night. Now, bears that have been conditioned to rely on humans for food become unmanageable and, unfortunately, according to the press release, sometimes have to be destroyed. You are asked to please help keep our bears healthy, enjoy their presence, but do not encourage behavior that is harmful to them. And as we say in Mammoth, please don't feed our bears. If you would like more information on coexisting with wildlife or to report a bear problem, you're asked to contact the town's wildlife specialist, Steve Searles, and that is 760-937-BEAR. And also some information from the Mono County Sheriff's Office. If you accidentally come face to face with a bear, slowly step back and make as much noise as possible to scare the bear from your path. And if that does not work and your safety is still at risk, do not hesitate to call the Mono County Sheriff's Office or the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Well, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is reopening the public comment period for 120 days, and this is for the proposal to list the Sierra Nevada yellow-legged frog and the northern distinct population segment of the mountain yellow-legged frog as endangered and the Yosemite toad as threatened under the Endangered Species Act. Now, the service is also reopening the public comment period for 120 days for the proposal to designate critical habitat for these 3 amphibian species in California. Now, back on April 25th, the service published 2 proposals and opened a 60-day public comment period that ended on June 24th. Now, during and after the initial comment period, the service received significant interest in extending the comment period. Now, said Jan Knight, acting field supervisor with the Sacramento Fish and Wildlife Office, quote, "The public comment period is designed so that the service can listen to and take into consideration citizens' concerns and any information the public may submit regarding these species and their habitat. This process is important so that any final decision made by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service reflects all the best science and information available. We are reopening the public comment period to ensure the public has adequate opportunity to submit comments," end quote. Now, the service does seek comments information and regarding any threats to the species and the regulations that may address those threats. A detailed outline of the information that the service is specifically seeking can be found on the Sacramento Fish and Wildlife's office website, and that is fws.gov/Sacramento. Now, comments previously submitted during the initial comment period do not need to be resubmitted. Now, the service has also received requests to hold public meetings on these proposals and are planning to hold 2 public meetings and 1 public hearing likely this fall. Now, both frogs are threatened by disease and by habitat modification associated with the past introduction of non-native trout to fishless waters. Other major threats to the frogs include predation and climate change. The Yosemite toad is threatened by changes in wet meadow habitat associated with past fire management, historic timber management activities, livestock grazing disease, and climate change. Recreation use, according to the press release, is not considered a significant threat to any of these species. If you would like more information on these species and the proposal, again, you can visit the website fws.gov/Sacramento. We'll be back with more news.